Guys, this hero is scary. Wraith King is scary. We're going to be following ARTEEZY playing Wraith King. I honestly believe this hero is the new Phantom Lancer of last patch. I mean, not that PL was ridiculously broken, but it is to the point where I believe Wraith King is going to get nerfed soon. So at the time of this video, and actually probably even a bit past it as the hero is not going to get nerfed to the ground, that's very unlikely in Dota, you should be playing it to gain MMR. The important thing that you do when watching this video is you internalize what I have to say. If you do not copy what I have to say, you're not going to do well on Wraith King. This hero is a farmer right now. It farms faster than almost any other hero in Dota. I'm not kidding, it's a god solo queue hero. And so yeah, if you're excited for this video, please like and subscribe. We're going to be following, as I said, ARTEEZY, and I plan on doing more videos on him in the future because he's doing some really cool carry stuff right now. I believe this is potentially the patch of the carry. A lot of heroes viable right now, so yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to show you why this is the god tier hero and what exactly ARTEEZY does to stomp on it. So recently, I know this is going to sound crazy guys, but I played a position 4 roaming pudge game. I did end the game with an Aether Lens, however, there was a good reason for it. One, I didn't rush it, okay? But over on the main GameLeap website, I reviewed the full game. It was like over a 30-minute VOD analysis or something like that. So if you want to see me play position 4 pudge and actually show you how to make it work, even though I fed a little bit, I made it work. Go click the link down below. I'm really ecstatic to show you guys that video. So yeah, go check it out. So the great thing about Wraith King here is that the laning stage is very simple. The concepts are simple. You're doing everything you would typically do on your average carry that is playing defensive and looking for farm. That is what Wraith King is right now. Also, I want to mention his starting items and starting build. So he has a Quelling Blade, 4 branches, and 2 sets of tangos, as well as his vampiric aura. The cool thing about Aura right now is after it was buffed in 7.25, now, what's important to note, now, it gives you 9 damage at level 1. Yes, I'm not kidding, Vampiric Aura gives you 9 damage, making it unbelievably easy to last hit. With a Quelling Blade, your hero has about 90 damage at level 1. So in terms of the laning stage, it's pretty standard stuff. He just wants to CS every single creep possible. He's not pulling too much aggro right now because this lane isn't that bad for him. He plans on buying a buckler a little bit later on, as you can see in his queue, to deal with the Wind Ranger, and other than that, securing creeps is the name of the game. 4-0 in the first wave, not worried too much about denies, other than the few here and there that are generally free. In terms of the laning stage, I need to break a bad idea, a bad habit, a bad mentality that people have going for themselves right now. Guys, it doesn't matter if you push the wave in dual lanes as long as you're pulling. Now you might be like, well Speed, I'm a carry player and my supports never pull. They don't pull. I can't push the lane then. It's fine. Most likely, you've never even tried to get them to pull, and then the only memory you have of doing it is when you asked this one player and he got really mad at you. Guys, most people, if you ask kindly, will pull. Just push the lane and have them pull. It creates this situation where he gets a 1v1. Because if you look at the minimap right now, Spearbreaker is contesting the Shadow Demon, he gets free farm against the Wind Ranger, and that's a great situation to be in. Also, as he gets 2 skeletons, he immediately pops it. He doesn't wait till level 3. Most importantly, because at level 3, he takes the second point in Aura. It gives him 12 damage, multiplied by 50%, and now it gives him 18. I'm not kidding. 18! And yeah, now he's just chilling because he has 10% lifesteal on every auto attack and skeletons to push the wave. It is very hard for the Wind Ranger to do anything to harass him when the lane is being shoved this quickly and he has this much lifesteal. Also guys, please get XP. Like, I actually see a lot of people not caring about every single creep, at least getting XP. It makes me so mad. Like, do you not want to win? Do you actually not want to win? Look at this creep here. You see how low it is? And far away? He's no joke standing under tower just so he gets the XP even if it gets denied. And he gets it, backs off. Just keep that in mind. Get every single creep of XP possible if you have nothing better to do. Moving on, I really like how he itemizes for this lane. It's something that you should do against any sort of right-clicking based lane where all you do is you rush a buckler, which works for your skeletons. Amazing, that's the main reason why I like this item. It works with the Wraith King skeletons, allowing them to farm more efficiently. And then after that, he's gonna buy a chainmail, right? Plus 4 armor, making him unbelievably tanky, and with the lifesteal, he's basically invincible against this current lane. Most notably, I'd like to say that he puts a lot of emphasis on pushing the lane and then looking for pulls. Now, his Shadow Demon's doing it, but let's say your Shadow Demon or 5 isn't doing it. Keep in mind, guys, that side pulls and even pulling the small camp is a fine option as a carry player. In fact, it should be considered in most games. Now getting onto level 5, you're going to notice at 3 he took Aura, but then at level 4 and level 5 he took the Mortal Strike, so basically he values Vampiric Aura as a level 2 spell. It's a nice place for it to be. It gives you 12 damage, well 18, 12 to your skeletons, and then 10% lifesteal. That's kind of a good number to sustain the lane, and then after that, you're getting to the point where you can build up a lot of skeletons, he shoves the wave, and then takes a camp, right? And this is what you want to do as Wraith King in the lane. You want to shove it as fast as you can with right clicks, and then use the skeletons, or you can even use the skeletons to push a wave as long as you have vision of the camp to go farm. This is what you're trying to do. And then look, the skeletons bounce back to the wave, pushes it in ASAP, and what do you think he's gonna do next? Kill the wave, get the cart onto the tower, obviously a little bit of tower damage, he even tries to keep the cart alive here, and uses the skeleton to siege the tower with the cart timing. You don't have to do this, but it's definitely a great option if you have that buckler, the cart timing, the phase boots, and skeletons built up. And this is where the game becomes very simple. So he gets the tier 1 tower because they got a kill on the Wind Ranger. And note guys, with this build, just because you don't have stun doesn't mean you can't kill people. Often they'll try to man up on you, and yeah, you're just gonna have more damage than everyone else in the game. With phase boots, you have plus 54 damage. Yes, 54. And then, because Gloves of Haste is the best solo item in Dota in terms of cost effectiveness, besides like Wand and Branch, you pick one up, and now we have 130 damage at minute 8 with high attack speed. Like, are you kidding me? And now the rest of the game, very simple. Keep this in mind, guys. Please internalize this. All you're gonna do is kill the camp, and then when the camp is just about dead, and I'm gonna replay this one more time so you can really see it, right? You kill the camp, try to last hit with Wraith King, because the skeletons don't give you more skeleton charges. Only Wraith King does. So you have to try to last hit it. Then, when the last creep is about halfway dead, you walk over, you give the skeletons vision to the next place you want them to go. Otherwise, they will run away to somewhere where you don't want. You see how he does that every single time? Very crucial. And yeah, it's just basically a rotation of doing this over and over again. And because you have this maxed out Aura, as well as the buckler, your skeletons stay alive for much longer than you would think and hit unbelievably hard, giving him 77 last hits in 9 minutes and 35 seconds. And it's kind of just a continuation of this for the next, well, while. What I want to mention is that often I would avoid the safe lane as much as you can, put much more of an emphasis around the mid lane if you can take it, right? So keep in mind, when you are farming the jungle, especially if you're on Radiant, focus, well, actually no, it applies just as much to Dire, but when you are doing this, focus on heading towards the mid lane. Ask your mid laner to gank, or 9 times out of 10, they'll be ganking anyway because you're playing pub Dota. And yeah, as you can see, right, pushes in the camps nearby to the mid lane, shoves in the mid wave, and now comes a very comical sequence. He's gonna get charged with the Spirit Breaker in a bit here, but you're gonna see because of this phase boots and buckler, he's very, very tanky. On top of that, look at this crit and how much health it gives him. So he's about to crit the Wind Ranger, boom, about 100 HP, which helps him stall out here, and with some good jukes, well, actually he got blocked, which is the funny part. He's able to stay alive for a very long period of time and pick up a double kill, essentially a double kill for his team. On top of that, ARTEEZY's a god, so like somehow his play turns into a middle tower. But just keep that in mind, guys. If you can bait people to the middle lane and summon skeletons when they're going on you, if your team is able to turn the fight, you just get the mid tower free. You see how powerful that is? Think about that. You go mid, you farm mid, if they go on you, it's very easy for your team to respond because it's naturally easy to collapse on mid. I mean, think about it. Both of the lanes are close and there's a mid tier 1 to TP to, hopefully. And yeah, this is so free. Like, literally, this takes almost no time, and this is how you want to push towers in Dota. I see most people in pubs just walking up to it, they get stalled out, they waste like 2 minutes of time, and it makes me want to blow my brains out. I'm super serious. Please do what ARTEEZY does, and if you can't do that, just don't try, continue to farm. And yeah, usually I don't want to show plays like this, but I think this is super important. In fact, just this play alone made me think of a new video idea where I like look at scenarios and I'm like, oh, what would the pro do next? But he gets gone on here by the Bane and the Quap, and because of some good minimap vision, he was able to react very quickly and kind of dodge the original gank. Now he gets daggered, and instead of walking up here, he walks around and even down into the trees because he knows that the Bane has grip and he doesn't have ulti. So what he's trying to do is get off his stun before the Bane can get off grip, and because of this, his team is able to respond. It's also a high MMR game, so they get there very quickly. And yeah, he's able to live, and that's mostly because of his good movement there. If he moves up at any point in that sequence, he absolutely dies. And then back to farming, because this is what you do. You just farm. Make skeletons and farm. Like, guys, I can't stress this enough. You see how the enemy team is top at this point? That means he's gonna go bottom. That's what you're trying to do. Wherever the enemy team is, you're gonna be farming on the opposite side of the map, and then you continue to use this, spawn the skeletons, give them vision of the next area. In fact, he even scans out a smoke gank, which is insane. Like, my gosh. And finally, he picks up a Radiance at 1348. 1348. He has the Radiance on the Courier. Like, are you kidding? That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Most Wraith Kings I see in 3K pubs get it at minute 21. He's getting his item 7 minutes faster than you, which is like 33% or something like that. I'm not gonna try to do the math, but now because of it, all of a sudden this early game fight where your Wraith King would be generally useless, he's level 13 because you farm faster than anyone else in Dota. He has 2 kills, 3 assists as well, and he has a Radiance. The enemy team probably were not expecting this, or like, dude, what? How does the Wraith King have a Radiance? And because of it, the Quap dies, the Bane dies after they try to go on him. It's a very easy fight. You kind of just walk in and cast stun. Like, if you can't do that, I actually don't know why you're playing Dota. You need to, like, I don't know, what's a good game for you? I was gonna say Fortnite, but nah, we're chilling. And then moving on, when you get your Radiance, keep in mind this does not mean you have to fight the whole game. Guys, when you get the Radiance, he can actually split push. You see how he's not just running around with his team for the next 18 minutes? That's why the game ends, because if he does that, he's not gonna hit his next item timing. Understand that after your Radiance, what you're trying to do is actually build some small items to amplify the timing. And that's what he does, and it's my preferred way of playing Wraith King. He buys a wand and an armlet, and now with this dragon skill on top of that, he is the strongest hero on the map by an insanely large margin. 3K net worth lead, and sure, you could argue, actually no, that's a 4K net worth lead, 4K net worth lead, you could argue, oh, the enemy team has a safe lane Quap. This is a Quap that bought Necro first, meaning she will farm very, very quickly. In fact, that Quap has 127 CS at 16 minutes, which is pretty good for a Quap, right? And it's Mason, who is, you know, I mean, I guess you could argue a pro. I don't know what the definition of pro is. And now the game is basically GG. There's absolutely nothing the enemy team can do, because all they have to essentially do now is sit behind ARTEEZY, let him frontline and stun someone, and that's what you do as Wraith King. You hit your timings, you get your team to group up around you, and you cast your stun on the first person you see. I am super serious about that. That is not me being facetious. There's no pro strategy there. That is literally all you have to do. And now he is going high ground 17 minutes into the game. It is absolutely GG. There's nothing the enemy team can do. Wraith King is mildly broken right now with a 55% win rate on average. And if you can play this hero well, you easily can get to a 60% win rate in any bracket if you are consistent with this farming pattern. If you can get a Radiance minute 15 or before every single game, you will gain MMR. Yeah, just that. So please, focus on just that. If you get a Radiance even 16, even 17, I would argue, you'll probably gain MMR. Guys, stop overplaying Dota and overcomplicating how to gain MMR. I recently have been talking to people in the Discord. There was this Herald player, like, I'm sorry that I'm not naming names, and sometimes I forget, but he started playing Ogre and, like, stuck to farming and split pushing, and he started gaining MMR, because that's how you win in Dota. You have a formula, you stick to it, and you believe in it. Like, I can't stress how many people think that they have to, like, literally figure out the Da Vinci Code to gain MMR. And that's about all, folks, because this game, if I click on the scoreboard, ends in 21 minutes and 26 seconds in a game where they were actually behind net worth at around the 10-minute mark. That's Dota 2, and that's Wraith King right now. Because, yeah, with this item build, I just want to mention that he has 250 damage with the armlet off. His armlet is off, and he has 250 damage. So if he turns it on, as we'll see here, he gets around 30 damage more. Actually, no, it's more because it gives you strength as well. It's more like 50 more damage, and a very high attack speed, because he has a Hyperstone. It's just, man, I love this hero so much right now. Usually with these patches coming out, I'd make more general videos, but I had to make a Wraith King specific video. I'm also going to be making a Spectre video very, very soon. That's in the works. So yeah, if you're excited for that, like and subscribe to help your boy Speed continue to make Dota 2 content for you so you can gain MMR. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and yeah, peace. Are you tired of being hard stuck at your rank? Over at GameLeap.com, we have a library of hundreds of guides authored by pro players and coaches covering literally every aspect of Dota. Whether you're looking to master a new hero or role, or just polish up your existing skills, GameLeap is the proven place for competitive gamers to hone their craft and unlock their secret potential. Hit the link on screen right now, to take advantage of our special offer for a 25% discount, guys, 25%, and start your journey today.